al-Abbadi wants to abolish the positions of 3 vice presidents and 3 deputy prime ministers. He also wants to cancel special privileges enjoyed by officials and set up an anti-corruption committee. And he wants to make state institutions more accountable by ensuring officials are appointed on merit. Well, Mohammed Jamjoon is in Baghdad. First off, Mohammed, are you surprised by how quickly this has been approved by Parliament?
Well, considering how slowly Parliament usually debates these types of issues in Iraq, it is quite a shock. But considering, Luquesa, how much pressure is on Parliament right now to act, it's really not that much of a surprise that this happens so quickly. Time and again over the past few days, we have seen the top leadership of this country, so many officials come out and say that they are backing these, what they're calling much-needed reforms to fight corruption. These parliamentarians, these politicians know that they're between a rock and a hard place right now, especially since the highest Shia religious authority in this country came out and essentially gave the green light for the Prime Minister, for al-Abbadi, to institute any reform he wanted to fight corruption. So everybody realizes that right now they're really on the line, that the public is mobilized, they are motivated right now, that thousands upon thousands of people came out in the past week and are planning to come out again this upcoming Friday, despite the fact that the parliamentarians have responded positively to the calls. Now, they have unanimously passed not just the 6-point plan proposed by al-Abbadi, they have also passed a further 16 points that were proposed yesterday by the Speaker of Parliament. So, all in all, this does look like it's a victory for the demands of the Iraqi people. But devil is very much in the details here. Right now it's going to go to the implementation phase, and that's where it could get very, very tricky and quite a bit lengthier. Luquesa?
Okay, and in terms of what's going on in the meantime, in the background, we saw those attacks last night, 2 attacks. So security still very much an issue for Iraqis on the ground.
Absolutely. The security situation here, by most accounts, most of the people I speak with, is really in tatters. You have the Iraqi government that is continuing to pound home this idea that they are winning the war against terror here, and yet the Anbar offensive not really going all that well. This is an offensive that started a few weeks back in which the Iraqi government said it would take just a matter of days to reclaim control in places like Ramadi and Fallujah. That has not happened. They are still very aggressively fighting ISIL there. Then you have another reminder of how devastating ISIL can attack in this country. These attacks that happened in Ba'quba just yesterday evening, in which 54 people, 54 civilians were killed and over 80 civilians injured. And it's a possibility that casualty count may even rise today. So there's a lot of concern about that. Ba'quba also the site of very similar attacks, also claimed by ISIL at the end of July, in which over 100 civilians were killed. These were in Shia-dominated areas. These are in highly populated areas, so it really adds a warning note as far as sectarianism here and all the battles ahead for Iraqi security forces and the dangers the citizens here still very much face. Luquesa?
Mohammed, thank you very much for that.